Welcome to our brief look at Queen Mary's first year as Queen of Denmark. Join us as we revisit her stunning tiara moments from 2024, including her last engagement as Crown Princess and the debut of new royal jewels. Let's dive in. As is tradition, the Danish monarch hosted the annual New Year's reception on January 1st. This was Mary's final official tiara event as Crown Princess. Fittingly, she chose the Danish ruby parure, the same tiara she first wore at the gala the day before she married then-Crown Prince Frederik in May 2004. If you're curious to learn more about this stunning tiara and its history, please see my other video, linked in the description below. Just 2 weeks later, on January 14th, Queen Margrethe, Mary's mother-in-law, stepped down from the throne, and her son, Crown Prince Frederik, was proclaimed King of Denmark. Mary became queen. Although this was not an official tiara event, Mary still wore pieces from the Danish ruby parure on this significant day. In April, new official portraits of the King and Queen in full gala attire were released. These portraits gave us our first glimpse of Mary in pieces from the Crown Jewel collection. In the portraits, Mary is wearing pieces from the emerald parure. The tiara consists of 18 emeralds and 2,014 diamonds. Like the rest of the jewels of the crown, the emerald tiara can by tradition only be worn by the current queen and only within Denmark. For the duration of the reign of King Frederik X, Queen Mary will have exclusive use of it. If you'd like more information on this stunning set of jewelry, you can find a link in the description of my other video. May marked the King and Queen's first official state visits. They began in Sweden on May 6, which naturally saw Mary wearing the Danish ruby parure, fitting, as this parure has Swedish roots. It once belonged to Queen Ingrid, King Frederik's maternal grandmother, who was born a Swedish princess. A little over a week later, on May 14, their Majesties made a second state visit, this time to their neighbors and relatives in Norway. There, Mary wore the pearl poire tiara for the first time. This tiara was one of Queen Margrethe's favorites throughout her reign. Some wondered if Mary would avoid it out of respect for her mother-in-law, but by wearing it, she may have been paying tribute instead. On October 8, their Majesties received Iceland's newly elected president, Halla Tómasdóttir, for her first official state visit as head of state. Mary wore the pearl poire tiara again, pairing it with a midnight blue gown. Interestingly, she wore the same skirt to the last state visit from Iceland in 2016, when Mr. Gudni Johannesson was president. In December, their Majesties welcomed the President of Egypt on a state visit. Some speculated that Queen Mary would wear the Khedive of Egypt tiara in honor of Egypt. However, that piece is owned by Queen Anne-Marie, Queen Margrethe's sister, so instead Mary debuted a new tiara made from rose-cut diamonds taken from an antique girdle among the Danish crown jewels. This new tiara is a true showstopper with a remarkable history. The diamonds, 63 rosecuts once owned by Princess Charlotte Amalie, daughter of King Frederik IV, were originally part of a diamond-studded girdle created in 1842. Worn by queens like Louise, it reflected the style of 19th-century royal fashion before it was eventually displayed at Rosenborg Castle as a museum piece. In 2024, Queen Mary collaborated with the Danish Royal Collections and goldsmith Mathias Hasbo Dinesen to transform it into a modern, elegant tiara, honoring its regal past. If you'd like to learn more about this exquisite piece, check out my other video for a detailed look. This concludes Queen Mary's official tiara events for 2024. Here's hoping we'll see even more of her stunning tiaras in the coming year.